I miss being in high school and hooking up with guys to make other guys jealous. Like, of course, at the age of almost 25, I'm not going to do that. I mean, I might to kind of like piss some boys off. He's not giving it to you time after time. It's been so long. It hasn't worked out now. It's not going to work out. And like, he doesn't deserve you. So take that on your back. Look in the mirror and say, he lost me. He's going to be crying over how amazing of a person I am. He's going to look one day in a few years and see that you are happy with someone better. And they do always come back. Oh my God, I need to tell you a story. You guys are gonna piss your pants. This was the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me, but I somehow still got the man. So, hello everybody and welcome back to Tall Blonde. Welcome back to Tall Blonde. You might be wondering, why the hell is she alone right now? This was not supposed to be a podcast by myself or a solo episode, but I did get stood up. Yeah, I was stood up on a Wednesday at 1 p.m. I was very excited. I watched his entire reality show season over again for this podcast, and he just never answered my text and didn't show up. So that's an issue. And if he wants to come on, I'm not letting him come on anymore because now I kind of dislike him. I'm like going with the aura of like, you missed your chance, but like, I'll probably allow him on if he wants to come on again. But yeah, so what we're going to do today is dive into some of the questions that people asked, or like relationship story times that they wrote in and questions that they have on dating and stuff, because I put it on my story on Instagram, my personal story, and a lot of people emailed me some situationship dilemmas that were going on in their life. And I'm like, I can make that into a podcast. I would love to share advice and kind of touch base on it. Obviously not sharing names, but maybe I'll give fake names for it so like you can understand the context and I can understand it better. Haven't even read any of these yet because I wasn't intending on making this today, but because I was stood up, that is exactly what we're doing. So let's get right into it. Let's have some fun with it today. I'm also a little hungover. So I feel like I say that every single time, but I am not an alcoholic, but I do tend to drink a lot. I was on my friend Ricky's podcast yesterday night, which turned into drinking during it and drinking after it. And I don't think I went to bed till like 3 a.m. So if I'm sounding a little delusional, that's probably just because I am, but also because there's not much going on in the skull. But I will do as best as I can to provide you with the best answers I can and the most mature. But at the end of the day, this is me and I'm a little delusional, a little crazy. So we'll see where we get with these ones. Okay, starting with number one. Let's say this is, should we name it Jimmy? Oh no, I think it's a girl. We'll name it Jamie. Okay. Hi, I'm Jamie. I saw your TikToks. I would like to ask you for some advice. I recently met a guy on a ski trip. Love ski trips. He liked me because it turned out that he had already followed me on Instagram and reacted to my stories. I slept with him. Unfortunately, the next day during the party, I got very drunk and slept with his friend. I didn't know they knew each other. I regret it very much because I don't remember it at all. And I really started to care about that first boy. So let's call him Jimmy. He has a grudge against me and I don't know what to do. I already apologized to him and he said he forgave me, but I don't know what steps should I take now. Could you give me advice, please? So it is always tricky when you are a little sloppy with the friend group. Like once you sleep with one person and then you sleep with a friend, it just gets messy. But I think you know that, but it's also like you kind of wish you didn't. You wish you could take it back. And I think now at the point where you're at, first of all, not remembering it, like, I'm sorry, girl, that sucks. Been there and hated every moment of, hating myself for doing something and not remembering it. But it was a mistake. We all make mistakes. We're not perfect, okay? If you would never do it again with his friend, you can easily tell him that. I think being honest and having communication, so many people are so scared to just talk it through and talk about, what has happened or the situation at hand. And it's kind of like an ego thing. Like you don't really want to get into it or you don't want to put your ego down. But I think the best thing to do here would just be having an open conversation. Say, listen, Jimmy, I know that that's what happened and I know that you're mad. I would be too. I'm mad at myself for doing that. I wish I didn't and I wish I could take it back, but I can't. And I would love to show you that that is not my interest. You are my interest, and go from there and see what he says and see what his reactions are or what he comes back with, because who knows, maybe he'll say, wow, you were really mature and coming to me and saying that, like, I appreciate your honesty. Or maybe he'll say, listen, I just can't get over it and this isn't something I can get into, because he could go either way. Honestly, to me, like if this was happening in reverse, I don't know if I could get over it, because I just can't associate that. I also have had like bad things happen in the past with best friends hooking up with my significant others. So like that's a touchy spot for me, and who knows, it might be for him. So I say you be honest, put yourself out there, put your ego down, tell him how you really feel, tell him that you regret it, tell him that you're sorry and that you wish you could take it back but you can't, and see what he says, because that's taking it out of your hands. You don't have to overthink it anymore. You don't have to think, what am I going to do? You put it into his and you see how he wants to react. Then if he says yes, he wants to get back with you, great, fairy tale, love that. If he says no, walk away with your head held high. You tried, you gave it your all. Now you can't second guess if he would want you again. You put yourself out there. You know what I mean? But I mean, if anything, it's a fun story and it's fun to just tell your friends. So next question. Hinge application. Oh, someone's trying to come through. So this one is an actual application, I think, to be my girlfriend, my boyfriend. They said, Sarah, I hope all is well. I saw your email on Hinge and thought I'd reach out to you. You are very beautiful and you seem like a genuine person. It's not every day you come across someone like that. So I thought I'd take the time to compose this email for you. I hope you have a wonderful day. His name is the same as my ex, so that's a little triggering, but like very nice of someone to go out of their way to say that. That was like a boost that I needed today, so thank you. But like also, if you're gonna slide in, I need to know a little bit about you. Maybe some pictures. Give me a visual so I can see what you're all about, you know? Like that was very nicely said, but I don't know who you are and what do you do? How tall are you? What were you wearing? You know what I mean? Like I need a little bit of a visual to respond to you, but maybe give it another shot, okay? Let's edit and let's resend. Okay, here's another one. Hey girl, well that's kind of weird, but I really need some advice. That's kind of weird. I don't know what's kind of weird, but let's hear it. So I started talking to this guy and I accidentally, when he asked me, do you want us to stop texting today? Do you want us to stop texting today? Weird thing to say, but okay. Without thinking, I answered no. And he said, we could just keep texting tomorrow, okay? I said yes, and the conversation ended. Tomorrow is today, and it's noon, and he didn't text me. I feel like a clown. What should I do? Like text first or wait? Whatever, please help me. First of all, you should be too busy to even be thinking if he's going to be texting you. I hate it when like you get that feeling of you're like, are they going to text me today? Are they going to call me today? Be busy. Fill that time with something that's working on you so that you don't have to think about this. But because this is at hand, just text him. He clearly is like asking you, should we just keep talking? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. Just maybe give him a call. Maybe give him a FaceTime. Pop in. Men like to be scared and frazzled a little bit. So maybe like pop in with a call or a FaceTime and be like, hey, how are you? I haven't heard from you. How's your day? Oh, this is a long one. Okay. I love your videos and I think you're amazing and bang on. I'm in a ridiculous situation and need help and can't tell anyone because of a highly sensitive situation I put myself in. I love the sound of this. I'm married and my chiropractor is married. And I have been getting treatment twice a month for 7 years by the same guy. Okay. I have always had a crush on him because he's hot. Like, and we just have a connection. 6 weeks ago, he was sharing Dine if his marital problems. He was sharing Dine. He was sharing with me his marital problems, I think she meant. because his wife is crazy and they don't sleep in the same bed and haven't had sex in 10 years. Sorry, this is crazy, but okay. I shared some of my issues and he told me he was always been jealous of my husband because I'm hot and he's always liked me. We've started chatting and he was all over me, constantly texting and calling. We had sex at his house. I should never have done that and definitely against my better judgment. You shouldn't have, but okay, it's already done. The deed has been done. Because never been done and definitely against my better judgment, at least you know. But she tracks his every move with technology, even though he's never stayed since she went to work and they have separate rooms. I agreed. This is really weird. He was stressed the whole time, so it wasn't good. I don't hear from him, but saw him at my appointment a few days later. He was all over me again. I mentioned that he didn't reach out and I thought he would. He said he was scared. She found out and she controls all the money he makes. So he is very afraid of what she can do to him. We have a crazy connection, and after that, things slowed down. He's afraid to text now, so it's days go by. So days go by, and he will say he misses me and blah, blah. 2 weeks ago, he went away alone to clear his head to make a decision. He came back, and when I saw him at my appointment, we ended up having sex. Oh, great. Again, cheating again. It was so hot, but not great idea on my part. He makes me weak. He texted me that night to say it was fun and dangerous. I said it was hot and we went back and forth 2 times. I said how fun next time will be outside the office. He replied, "Oh damn," and haven't heard a peep. I had an appointment scheduled for next Tuesday, but I canceled it because why should I get to see him with no effort? How do I get things back? Girl, like, and she sent me a picture of herself. Pretty girl, but like, what the literal fuck? What the actual fuck? You both are married. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you excited because you're getting attention from someone and you haven't gotten that fun, flirty text connection, flirting in person and on text since before you were married or when you were like starting to get to know your husband now? Like, how do you not feel so much guilt? Either end it with your husband and tell him to end it with his wife and then give things a shot, but like stop doing this. You're hurting so many people. Like, do you guys have kids? Like, what will they think when this gets out? The truth always comes out. That is so sad. I can't believe I just read this and she's asking me for help on how do I get things back. You don't. If you were watching this, this is the only question you have to ask yourself. If I was watching this on a reality show, okay, watching this play out, what would you be telling the character that's playing you to do? You'd be screaming and saying, "Stop it." Like, you are doing so much wrong right now. I don't know if it's because you're losing feelings for your husband or if it's because you haven't had much attention in a while or this is all new to you again. But like, you do not need that. You need to stop also like stopping texting him and cutting him cold turkey to the guy, the chiropractor will make him want you more because distance makes the heart grow fonder. But like, ew, why would you even want someone that you know goes home to somebody else? This is diabolical and this is crazy and we need to wake up. We need to snap out of it. This is not okay. I can't believe this. But like, I understand she's in it. So she's not seeing it from the bigger perspective and different point of view. But like, yeah, you can't tell anyone because it's a highly sensitive situation because you could destroy people's feelings. This is crazy. I actually can't. And like the of course it's steamy and hot and stuff. Like, what, you're having sex after a chiropractor appointment? Like, what the fuck? Like, I need a minute. Like, this is actually crazy. I hate men, and I guess, like, are you even the only one? Like, how do you even know that you're the only one that he's doing this with? If he's so easily doing this with you and having you back at his home and hooking up with you at the office, it's definitely not just you. And I know that might be harsh, but like, if it's that easy for him, and say, listen, the only way this is going to work is if we both divorce our people and be together. And would he even do that? Like, you're worth more than just a quick hookup at his job. Like, we need to make our standards a lot higher, because that should not be it. So my advice to you would be stop going, get a new chiropractor at a new office, delete his number, block his number. Like, I know you probably won't come clean to your husband, so I'm not even going to say come clean to your husband, but like, you're going to live with that for the rest of your life. What if something comes out? What if the girl that apparently she sees everything that he's doing and does on his phone, that's what she said, what if she leaks it and she sends it to your husband? This could be like really bad. People need to smarten up a little bit. Everyone makes mistakes. No one's perfect, but like, whoa, that was deep. Too much for my hungover brain right now, but like, yeah, just imagine you're watching a movie, okay? Take a step back. What would you be screaming at that character that's playing you? Like, stop, wake up. What are you doing to your husband? Okay, next situation. Let's do a few more. These are kind of fun. Hi, Sarah. I had a situationship and we started texting recently, like a week ago. I went out partying and he found out I was making out with someone else there. He wrote that he thought it was off-putting, and since then, we haven't texted anymore. I don't think he got jealous, but more unattracted about the situation. Can you give me tips on how I can get back with him? We have no contact, but just send pictures every now and then on Snapchat. That would help so much. Thank you. Okay, this is a fun one because everyone, like, first of all, you were just making out with somebody else. Like, it's not like you went the whole 9 yards, but I don't think it's that hard to come back from. I think live your life loudly, and whether it's a Snapchat story or a social media story, whatever it is, or going to a party that he's at or somewhere that he is, look great. Be so nice, confident, do things for yourself, go out more, put yourself more out there, put fire stories, maybe like act as if you guys are all chilling, all good. And then he will see you thriving and want more attention from you. Look good in the Snapchats. But live your life loudly. Do more, go out more, have more fun, post more on your stories, do more for you, get hotter. Use this as like, okay, the next time he sees me, I'm going to be like irresistible. And then if obviously he brings it up again, how it was off-putting that you were making out with somebody else, say, oh, I didn't know that would like, I didn't know that you were affected by that. I didn't know that you would care. And if you do, then that changes things for me. I won't do it again. Like, kind of put it back on him. Be like, oh, I didn't know that you would care if it brings it up again. But if not, stop thinking that you did anything wrong. You don't owe him any loyalties. Obviously, you clearly have some sort of feeling, or you kind of want his attention back on you. So let's get it back. Let's be hotter. Let's get more people's attention on you. Let's do more things. Let's live your life loud and proud. And he will be crawling back. They always come back. They do always come back if you're doing better and if you're better off without them. If you're moping, gaining weight, getting a little uglier, then they will see that you're not doing great and they will just forget about you. Out of sight, out of mind too, but also just work on yourself, do more, and the attention will come your way, and he'll also want to come your way too. Trust me, he'll be probably in your Snapchat DMs or text real soon. I kind of love that. Like, I miss being like in high school and hooking up with guys to make other guys jealous. Like, of course, like at the age of almost 25, I'm not going to do that. I mean, I might, to kind of like get some steamy fire some people up, piss some boys off. But like, I miss that. I remember one time in high school, I liked a guy and he like wasn't settling for me, like didn't want to settle down and like have anything with me, but like we would like hook up here and there. And I think he made out with one of my friends, which I can't even believe that I'm thinking about this right now, because it was the friend that fucked my boyfriend. So like, she went for everybody that I liked or was interested in, which is really dangerous. Like, there's some people out there that truly only like fall for people or want things because you have them. And this person was exhibit A of that. Let's call her Katie. It wasn't Katie, but let's call her Katie. And I guess Katie hooked up with this guy. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why would you hook up with her? Like, she's my friend and you know that. So I made out right in front of him with one of his friends and turned around after that and said, how does it make you feel? And he was like, what the fuck? And then we had a whole like hour chat, half in the bag, but it worked. It worked to piss him off, but we never dated, thank God. Okay, last one. Hi there, I'm fellow Canadian. Where to begin? So I met this guy on Tinder almost a year ago. We had our first day back in May of 2024. First date or day? Let's say date, I think she meant. We had our first date back in May 2024, and it was great. So that's a year ago, and she wrote this in a few days ago. So we're here now. We continued talking off and on, but at that point, I wasn't ready for a relationship because I was still involved in a situationship. Anyways, my situationship ended in August, and this guy and I reconnected end of September. He is a police officer. I was very open in how I was feeling and what I was looking for. And in September, he told me he wasn't ready for a relationship, but I wanted to continue what we had going on. I told him I was fine with that, and as long as we weren't seeing / hooking up with other girls, that he wasn't hooking up with other girls. He said he didn't have the time or energy to do that and would not. Around Christmas time, he started to pull back a bit. So New Year's Day, I ended up just telling him exactly what I was wanting. And if that was something he didn't see with me, then that was fine. He told me that it was definitely possible. He kept making plans, but something would come up on either ends. But we stayed in contact. Sometimes he would go a week without messaging me. He would come back. Has left me on red, but that was normal for him. Fast forward to a few weeks ago, we were to hang out and he got stuck at work. He kept me updated. We had plans the following weekend to go away, but after that day we were supposed to hang out, I never heard from him again. The last message I sent was, please don't ghost me now. And he said, I promise I won't. I promise I'm not. And then never heard from him again. He has not deleted or blocked me on anything. I don't know what to do and what this means. I'm so heartbroken. Girl. Fuck this man. Like, who gives a fuck? He's hot and cold every 5 seconds. He's using excuses to not be able to hang out. People make time for people that they care about. You deserve so much better than to be ghosted, not talked to, not answered. Like, you are wasting time with a stupid boy when your man is probably waiting for you, your dream guy. So this is clearly, you do not need hot and cold energy from someone. Like, this is showing that he's clearly not mature enough to match you. You are, from what you're even saying and how you're speaking about this situation, you deserve so much more. You are expressing your feelings, which is hard to do. A lot of people can't even do that. It's an ego thing. I even have trouble with it sometimes. So you are expressing what you need and what you want from someone in a relationship. And he's not giving that to you. Time after time, he's showing you that he cannot give that to you. Do you want to be married in a relationship or end up with a guy that bails on you, on your plans, that ghosts you or goes days without talking to you? No. There are so many men in this world, so many, that would not do that to you. That wouldn't. So fuck this one. Like, you can find a better version of this guy, I'm sure, anywhere else. Go out one night and you'll find a better version. I can promise you that. And the more time that you are wasting on moping over this man, this police officer, you are wasting on finding somebody else. Like, it's hard to like compartmentalize, but think about it this way. Like, what is so special about this person that isn't even treating you the way you want to be treated, that isn't giving you what you need, what you've asked for, what you've laid out on the table? Like, he cannot be that good looking. He would have to literally be like the best looking man in the entire world for you to be moping about this guy. You will be able to find somebody else better than him. I can promise you that. And like, you switch the cards around. Pull it on you. Be like, I don't even want to talk to him. Use this time as like a revenge. Put this as fire up your ass to be even hotter. Spend more time on yourself. Have that revenge era. Summer's around the corner. You have so much to live for. This man is going to see you next time he sees you. You are going to be walking with your head held high, better looking, just because you were happier without him, not worrying. We should never have to worry about a man. Like, no, there are so many people that I've not settled with because I didn't want to, but like that would respond all the time, make time for you, never bail on plans, never go days without talking to you. Like, if that is what you want, that is what you will receive if you hold your boundaries high. He's not giving it to you time after time. It's been so long. If it hasn't worked out now, it's not going to work out. And like, he doesn't deserve you. So take that ownership back. Look in the mirror and say, he lost me. He's going to be crying over how amazing of a person I am. He's going to look one day, he hasn't blocked you or deleted you. He's going to look one day in a few years and see that you are happy with someone better. And they do always come back. So he will come back. But I hope at that time you are doing so well and so happy that you will be like, I can't even believe that I was moping over you. You said heartbroken, I think. Let's rethink that. I'm so heartbroken. No. This man cannot break your heart. He should not even have your heart. He had it and he didn't deserve it. And he will never get it again. Also, this is so crazy to me because like I was talking with my roommate, best friend, about this too. It's like men can have your entire heart, your entire feelings in the palm of their hands, but like for what? Why? Why do I want a guy to want me when they're not even showing me that they deserve me? Why do I want a guy that hasn't called me? Why do I want the guy? I'm talking to someone in a whole different country and I'm like, oh, it would be nice if he called me. Like he said the other day that he was going to call on Sunday to catch up. It's Wednesday. Bye. Boy, bye. I'm too busy for that. I'm doing whatever I need to do and I'm better for it to not think about you. This is revenge summer. Men should fear us women this summer because this is our time to shine. It is not even hot girl summer. It's revenge summer. And I can just feel it in my bones. And I'm so obsessed with it already. So we'll call you K. K, you are writing an ick list about why the icks of him and why you don't like him, which is obviously he's hot and cold. He's bipolar in the way he treats you. He doesn't fulfill your needs. He doesn't give you what you want. He stands you up. Like if you are not his dream girl, then he doesn't deserve you. But also, in the most toxic way possible, you did say like, I don't know what to do or what this means. If you do want him back, it's kind of funny because being more you and living your life, like I said earlier, living your life loudly and like doing more, going to more events, having more fun, working more on yourself, taking up hobbies and whatever, they will feel that. They will sense that. They will see it. He will clearly see it on your stories. And that is also what make people want you more. If you were doing better without someone when they are the ones that walked away from you, they feel like they need to get it back or they need you because you're doing better. They're like, how could she be doing better without me? How? Like it to men, it's like diabolical that you could be doing better without them. He is going to see that. I can guarantee you that he will see that and he will be coming back. But please, I hope to God you see that text pop up and you're like, no, you literally lost your chance. Like, wish you well, but bye. That's just my opinion. But also, like, I am so anti-men right now that, but no, like, I think not even anti-men. I'm just like standing on business. Like no one is going to walk all over me. No one is even going to get the chance to fumble me because they won't even have the chance to have me. And yes, I'll date for research purposes. And I'm not opposed to getting in a relationship if it were to come. But the next person I date has to literally wipe me off my feet in awe. Like I will have to look at them and be like, I can't not date you. Like I need to because I am not settling for anything but that because I'm so happy in my life right now. I've romanticized, yes, I get lonely sometimes, but I've romanticized my life enough to be so content and happy. I would rather go home to my roommate and myself and wake up by myself doing work and having the calls and doing my businesses than being with a man right now because there is no one that deserves that from me. And I think that that is the perfect headspace to be in. Like, I'm so happy I've made it here. I also think I did a lot of self reflection and self work. Like, I have obviously life coaching under the belt now. I'm certified in that. So that was the whole course was like working on yourself and kind of like using anything that was happening in your life or you're going or things that you were dealing with and like having someone do it to you and you being their coach and them being your coach. So I had so much work through that and I learned so much about myself. And yeah, I want to change things like weight wise, skin wise, like aesthetic wise things, but I'm so happy and content with who I am now that that's why I think if someone doesn't like me or I get effed over or whatever the case may be, someone ghosts me, it doesn't affect me as much as it used to because I used to depend on other people's attention, emotions, how they felt about me to make me feel better. I also, when I was in relationships, I also had the mentality of like, they were my reassurance. They would be the ones making me feel like I was valued, I, was good enough or whatever the case may be. And now if I'm with someone, that's not the case. Like I know I am good. I know I am worthy. I know I am amazing. And I don't need someone to tell me that. And that is self-work. Also a ton of therapy. And I stand on therapy. I think it's the best thing in the world. I don't even need it that much. Like, I don't think I need it to live, but I think it's making me so much of a better person, especially with like little things. Like I had a falling out with a friend recently and I was like I was a bit in my head about it and I was just like kind of overthinking it. And I just wanted to vent to someone and get a different person's perspective. And that's exactly what therapy is. So if you were thinking about doing therapy, this is your sign. Also, if I never did therapy, I'd probably be like mentally insane. But I think now, not only am I a certified freaking life coach, I have so many years of therapy to back me on giving you some pretty good advice. Also, let me know if you guys want me to do like life coaching sessions in the pod because that could be really fun, like doing a live life coach because I am totally different in life coaching than I am in real life. Like you have to kind of be in a different headspace and a different perspective, and that could be cool to watch. And a lot of people talk shit on life coaching saying it's not a real thing. So it might be fun to like show you that it is a real thing and see about that. But I'm going to give you a few recaps of my life because I did write some things down. And since it's a solo pod, I should probably just tell you on here and not save it for another episode. First of all, I wrote, oh my God, I need to tell you a story. You guys are going to piss your pants. This was the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me, but I somehow still got the man. So picture this, okay? I'm out. I'm at the bar. I'm meeting, first of all, let's take it way back. Me and my friend were meeting a guy that she was talking to, and he had a friend, and they were both at a bar. I was going for her, being a girl's girl, going with her to the bar. And I essentially was like, whatever, like, who's the friend? Whatever. And this man stands up when we get there, and he's 6'6". If you know me, you know that I love a tall man. So I was like, hello, handsome. And he stood up to give me his chair because they were sitting at the bar. And I was like, okay, tick, tick, 2 green flags right off the jump. Then I'm sitting there, whatever. We walked to a different bar and we were like waiting for our table. So we were getting a drink and we're sitting there. We're actually like, I'm fucking weird. So we were at the bar and there was like the toppings for like whatever martinis, you know, the lychees, the olives, whatever. And I was like, okay, what's this? And just pointing to them, and he had to say what it was because he didn't know what a lychee was. He thought it was like a prawn or some shit, which was like, what? I hope that was a joke. But yeah. And I got my dirty martini, as I do at the bar. And my friend's talking to the other guy and I'm talking to him. And I go to tell my friend something and I turn back to tell him what she said or something. I don't know. I think it was loud in there. And I knock over my dirty martini all over his pants. Like, it was full. I think I took one sip out of it. The entire martini was all over his pants. I was like, fuck my life. And like this guy like he was so sweet, so nice, kind of more on the quieter side, like not the loudest person in the room, but like very talkative to me. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like I thought he was gonna have to go up and go home. This man stayed in those pants all night. We were out all night, like literally all night. We had an after party at his house. And I will not confirm or deny if I stayed over, but we did not have sex. So silent claps for me. I don't know why I just did this, but silent claps for me. But crazy. Like he was walking around with just olive pants. Like I guess that's one way to keep the other girls off of him. But we were like all over each other that night. So I guess I probably had olive juice on me too. But husband material for sure. I don't know where it'll go because I'm not looking for a relationship right now. But if they can go with like having a full drink spilt on them and them not, oh, and he handed me his drink once after mine spilled. He didn't even say anything. He just handed me his and he goes, here, you can take mine. I was like, what? You're not being a baby about this? He's like older than me by a few years, but not like a dad or anything. So like, you have clearly done work on yourself. You deserve, honestly, probably better than me. So we'll see. We're still talking now, but like, props to him, dude. You're killing it. Keep doing. Don't change a thing. Whatever you're doing is working. Also, I did come to the like. I obviously say I'd rather go home and everything by myself, but like I did. Sometimes I get lonely and bored and want male attention. So haven't really hung out with a guy in a while, but hung out with someone on a Sunday, you know, just watched movies, cuddled, this and that, talked, and I got my fix. That was great. I'm sure he got his fix too. And now I'm totally content with being single. So sometimes you just gotta hang out with a man and then you're good. You're like, that was so great. You were so great. But I'm gonna go out and be free again because I'm single. All right. Also, there's someone coming in the podcast that I think will probably be the next one after this or before this. And he gave me hope. He gave me hope that good guys exist. I'm going to save the stories that we were talking about for the pod, but like, there's a good one. I was starting to really, and the guy over the weekend. I had a good weekend. I think both of them. I had a good week. Met both of them last week. Things are looking good for summer, okay? Every day just gets better and better. I've yapped enough today. I need to go back to bed. And it's only Wednesday at 2 p.m. So I love you guys. Please like, subscribe, message me, email me your stories because I liked having this. I like doing this and I like sharing my thoughts with you. Even if you don't agree, that's fine, but you get a different perspective on it. You get someone that's educated a bit and have been through the ringers with guys themselves or relationships and heard a lot of relationship stories. So I'm here to provide my advice. You can take it or you don't have to. Totally fine. But write them in. Bring them to me. Give them to me. I love you guys. I will see you next Thursday.